All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for a few real people out there, just like you and just like me. All right, this is A New Tomorrow. Check this out. It's called Universe, came out a few years back. I ordered a copy because these were actually closeouts or on sale. I didn't order this when it first came out. I meant to, I didn't, but this is really good, straightforward AOR melodic rock. Lots of great twists and turns in this. A new tomorrow, baby. This is what we need. We need a new tomorrow to replace the today we are currently living in. Of course, if you're a Journey fan, Steve Perry has taken a 25-year hiatus from Journey and counting, right? It was right about 25 years ago when Steve and the boys parted ways. And some folks are recalling or retelling the history. I've been over this too many times, actually. Trial by Fire had come out, and it was a really good album. Even got nominated for a Grammy. And then, of course, Steve Perry went on a hiking expedition, I believe in Hawaii, and he hurt himself, or at least it was revealed that he had a bad hip and he needed to get hip replacement. So again, these guys during the 90s, it took them a number of years to reconcile. Perry was the guy who picked up the phone, and the boys said, sure, let's do this. And 25 years ago, they parted ways yet again because Steve Perry refused to get the surgery. This is the story. This is the narrative that's been created over the years. And again, I've covered it a number of times, but people are endlessly interested in the Steve Perry drama, where he is today, what he's doing, what he's having for lunch. Sometimes it is more exciting, quite honestly, than a lot of other things that are happening in the media. And you know why it's exciting for a lot of Steve Perry fans? Because they never got closure. Okay, the door never completely got closed on Steve Perry because there's just this lingering aura of a guy who, quite honestly, he never gets old, in the sense of he's in the hearts and minds of the people who grew up listening to this music. So unfortunately for guys like Steve Augeri, who in this article, he's referred to as a sound-alike. He's just a footnote. He's a sound-alike. Look, Steve Augeri took on an impossible task trying to replace Steve Perry. Dean Castronovo, of course, once remarked that Steve Augeri was Steve Perry with a perm. You know what? Dean Castronovo is a great businessman. He's a great marketing guy. He's trying to sell you on the idea that Augeri is Perry. But one thing that my friend Brian Cole, who is now the lead singer of the Journey tribute band Resurrection, that's really cool, by the way. So if you can't go see Journey, go check out Resurrection, because you're going to hear all the songs in the original key. Brian Cole, just a great singer, and the latest addition to an already really great Journey tribute band. But one thing that Brian and we often talk about is soul. Who's got soul and who doesn't have soul? And you need soul to sound like Steve Perry. This is the magic ingredient that, quite honestly, was lacking a little bit when it comes to Steve Augeri. I'm sure Steve respected all that Motown music, but Steve's voice was, I hope, again, nobody takes this the wrong way, he was more like a generic sounding Steve Perry. The guy who actually, I think, comes closer to imitating that sound is probably Dean Castronovo when he sings with Journey. He imitates that, and Arnell does a pretty good job here and there. I mean, Arnell's job when he wasn't in Journey, prior to him being discovered in Journey, was to be this chameleon singer who could duplicate any sound. I mean, it's crazy, but you can listen to Arnell try to sound like Axl Rose, and he pulls it off. It's creative. It's amazing. He's a vocal doppelganger for everyone, right? It's just, I love how the wording goes in some of these articles. He's just a vocal doppelganger. No, he's actually different, because you know what? There's only one Steve Perry. And they go on here to talk about the last 25 years for Steve Perry, basically maintaining his low profile, but keeping his promise that he wasn't going to completely go away and be reclusive again. And that was a promise to his late girlfriend. And she said, hey, don't go into seclusion again. Get out there and do something. And he has. He's been busy. Of course, he's working with Dolly Parton on a new version of Open Arms. I'm a little skeptical, but I'm sure when that comes out, people are going to be talking about it. And recently he did some backing or supporting vocals on a folk song, and I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. And I think Steve Perry, there's so much interest in the guy, even 25 years later, that there are many fans that, even though they're still interested in Journey, they kind of, I don't know, went their separate ways from Journey, sorry to use the cliche, and are now more obsessed and more interested in what's happening with Steve Perry. But then there are the Journey junkies that hang around and are basically supporting Neil Schon, even though that whole thing has been a soap opera now for quite some time. And there's a lot of interest just because of the fact that it's a soap opera. And Journey is such a big franchise that you don't want it to go away. You know, you want it to keep going. Technically, it's one original guy, and that would be Neil Schon. So is there any hope that the 25-year Steve Perry Journey hiatus will end anytime soon? No, not really. I mean, when Journey made that swing through the West Coast, I was thinking, Steve, just say hello. Thank everybody. Just, you don't even have to sing. I mean, if you wanted to sing, people would go crazy. It would be the greatest thing ever. But Steve Perry doesn't want to have any part of it. Someone said that might violate the contract. I don't know if Perry comes back to sing with Journey on one song, would that violate the contract that they came up with in 1998? That's 25 years ago. If anything, Steve Perry, 25 years of making the best deal in the history, of rock music. So you got to give him credit for that. I always do. I mean, man, Steve Perry living large because he had good lawyers. All right. Check this out. It's a new tomorrow. It's called Universe. Kind of struck a chord with me. Sorry to use all the cliches, but you should check it out. It's on sale right now through Frontiers Music. I got it for $5 and it's worth every penny. All right, folks, the channel, hopefully worth every penny to you. Please support the channel. You can do that. The algorithm's still working really hard against me here. Subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to watch the advertising. I mean, if you're not, here's the deal. If you can't support the channel financially, best thing you can do is watch the ads all the way through. It helps. It really does. And then the other part of this is Patreon for $1 or $2 a month. I want to thank the patrons last month who really stepped up. We are in a big deficit, though. I'm not going to lie. It's just weird how no matter what I do content-wise, it just kind of stays right there, you know? So in any event, YouTube memberships as well. I'm grateful for everybody, and I'm looking into doing some other things. And I'll keep you posted on that, where you might be able to hear my incredible radio voice, which, yeah, it's not there, but it's a voice, and I appreciate everybody who appreciates me. And that's it, folks. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.